Welcome to Embedded Projects. Today we are going to see how we can interface the analog sensors to the Raspberry Pi. Basically, Raspberry Pi board is the digital board, so that we can directly connect only the digital sensors, or we can connect the serial I2C SPI communication based sensors to the Raspberry Pi. But today we are going to see how we can connect the analog sensors to the Raspberry Pi, because we do not have any analog input in the Raspberry Pi. In Arduino we have the analog inputs like A0, A1, A2 like that. But in the case of Raspberry Pi we don't have any analog input. So we are going to add the analog input to the Raspberry Pi by means of analog to digital converters. Okay, so here we are going to use ADS 1115 ADC board, and we are going to interface that ADS 1115 ADC board to the Raspberry Pi by using I2C communication. So as you can see, there are two boards right here. So this is ADS 1115. Okay, so this is ADS 1115 ADC board, and then we have the LDR here. So for testing the analog input, we have the LDR here. So we are going to connect this LDR, and also we are going to connect this ADC to the Raspberry Pi. And by connecting this, we are going to receive the analog data from the analog sensors. Here for the testing purpose, we are going to use the LDR. Okay, so how we can do that? So as I earlier told, the ADS 1115 is I2C communication based sensor. So there will be the two lines called SDA and SCL, serial data and serial clock. So we are going to connect the serial data and serial clock of the ADC to the Raspberry Pi. So for that we need to know the pin diagram of the Raspberry Pi. So you can get the pin diagram of the Raspberry Pi from the mobile applications such as RPRF. Okay, so yeah, I have shown you the pin diagram. So this is the pin diagram, and in this pin diagram we can see the two lines SDA and SCL. So this is SDA. Okay, so we can see the SDA and SCA here. So this is the SDA and SCL. So here we need to connect the ADC. Okay, so now let us do the connection. So I will show you the connection diagram. So this is the connection diagram. Okay, so this is the connection diagram, how we are going to connect the board. Okay, so I am just going to connect the thing. So we in the ADC board we are going to use the VCC ground. VCC is connected to the 3.3 volt, and the ground is connected to the ground pin of Raspberry Pi, and SCL SDA connection for serial data, and we have one more connection called address, and we have the A0 connection with the sensor. Okay, so these are all the things we are going to connect. Okay, so now it is connected. So now the connections is made as per the circuit diagram. Okay, so we can also have the reference here. So this is the reference pin number. So now the connection is made as per the circuit diagram. So next we can do the rest of the process like installing the required libraries and all those things. So for that we need to connect the Raspberry Pi. So the hardware connections are over right now. So now we are going to Raspberry Pi board. So I have already attached the Raspberry Pi in the network. So I am just going to open the Raspberry Pi terminal. So this is the Raspberry Pi VNC terminal. So we need to configure the I2C first. Okay, so for configuring the I2C, we have the command sudo raspi config. So by using this command, we can go to the interfacing options and go to the I2C, and we need the I2C to be enabled, yes, and okay. Okay, the I2C is enabled, and then we have to check whether it is properly enabled or not. So for that we have to see in the etc modules directory. So I'm just going to cat the modules file. So I'm just going to cat the modules file, and I can see the I2C there here. So I2C is enabled, and I'm just going to cat the boot config file so I can check whether it is properly enabled. So I'm just going to check boot config file, and here I should see the I2C is enabled. So okay, so it is here, so I can check it, like I can grep it. Yeah, so here the I2C is enabled. Fine. So next I am going to see whether the device is identified in the I2C. So whether the device is nothing but the ADC. So ADC is identified in the I2C connection. So for that, I am just going to use the command sudo I2C detect command is there to detect any I2C devices are connected. So sudo I2C detect -y 1 in the latest boards and 0 in the old boards. Okay. Yeah, it is enabled and the address is 48. Okay. So the ADC is now detected and its address is 48. Fine. So next we need to install the I2C driver related libraries. So we have some libraries from Adafruit. So I'm just going to install the library sudo pip3 install rpi.gpio. Most of the time this rpi.gpio is already in your Raspberry Pi board itself. So for the safer purpose we are going to install. So and also we need another library Adafruit Blinka. So these are the basic things. So might be it is already installed. I just going to check. Okay, so the requirement is already satisfied here and Blinka is being installed. RPI.gpio is already there. It should be there in any Raspberry Pi boards, Raspbians. Okay, so yeah, Blinka is installed and then I'm going to install the library for ADC, that is ADS 1115. So sudo pip3 install Adafruit circuit python ADS 1x15 because we have a lot of model 1115 1015 there are a lot of models, so I am just giving ADS 1x15. So now we need to install this. So for installing this Adafruit circuit python ADS 1x15, Adafruit Blinka is the preliminary, so that is a pre-requirement. Okay, so that is why we first install the Blinka and then we are installing this. So now this is also installed. Fine. So now we can directly write the program. So for writing the program I'm just going to open the idle terminal. So I have the idle 3.7 and for LDR read I am going to write the program. Okay. So I already have the example program. I am just going to copy it here. So first of all we need to import the required libraries. So for importing the required libraries, so these are the libraries required, that is time and board bus IO Adafruit ADS library, and also we are going to import analog in from the ADS 15. Okay, and then we need to create the I2C bus. So next requirement is we need to create the we have imported the required libraries, then we are going to create the I2C bus. So we are creating the I2C bus. So I2C equal to bus IO. For that only we have import bus IO dot I2C. So board.scl and SDA. So we have created the I2C bus. So and then we are going to create the object for our ADC board. So we are going to create the object for our ADC board for accessing the I2C bus. And by default, I'm going to set the gain 1. So I am creating the object that is, so this is the object. ADS is the object of this library ADS 1015. And I'm setting the gain of the ADC is 1. So gain is 1. Then I'm going to create a single ended input on channel 0, because in channel 0 only I'm going to read the data, right? So I'm going to read, I have connected the LDR in A0, right? So I'm going to create the I'm going to read the A0 actually. Okay, so I'm going to read the A0. So for reading the A0 I have given the command. So for reading from the A1 you have to put channel 1, so ads.p1 p2 like that. So now I'm going to read A0. So after reading I'm just going to print the values. So I'm just going to print the values. So rest of the thing printing the values. Okay, so now you can see, so this is the entire code. You can just check the code if there is any indentation errors or something like that. So there are no errors in the code. So now we can run the code and test whether it is getting the data from the LDR or any other analog sensors we connect, and you can check. I'm just running the module. Yeah, we are getting the data from the LDR, right? So we are getting the data. We are getting both raw and voltage data. The voltage is the converted data. So on raw data, so we are getting both the values from here. So now let us check the value of the voltage is changed by changing the light intensity of LDR. I'm just going to give the light intensity. I'm just keeping my light here. So as you can see, when I keep the light, when I show the light, the value is decreasing, right? So as far as I go near, the value is decreasing. When I go come back, the value goes back to 1.3. So so it is linearly inversely proportional actually. Okay, so by using this we can get the data. So this is LDR. So LDR is connected and we are getting the data from the LDR. So you can also connect any other sensor like flux sensor or any other analog sensors to the board. Or example, you can connect the gas sensor like that. Okay. So we can make some application actually. So here we have connected the LDR. So we can make some application. So whenever the light, like automatic state like controller, whenever the light is there, we should turn on some digital outputs. So we can add some digital outputs. Okay, so I'm just going to add some digital outputs. So we can give some conditions. So I'm just going to connect the some LEDs to the circuit. Okay, so we need the pin connection for that. So we need the pin connections. I'm just checking the pin. So I'm going to connect the ground here. I'm just connecting the ground here, and next to the ground I'm going to connect the LEDs. Okay, so the LED is connected now. Okay, so so the LED is connected. So we can write some code for the LEDs. Okay, so we need to import the GPIO library. So I'm just going to import the GPIO library, import rpi.gpio, and I'm going to connect two pins as the output. Okay, so because I've connected the RGB LED, so I'm just going to check some value. So whenever the light intensity is high, we are going to turn on one LED. Whenever the light intensity is low, I am going to turn on another LED. So I'm just so the LED is connected to the pin number 26 and 19. Okay, so I'm just going to change it as 26 and 19. So we have one LED connected to 26, and we have the another LED that is connected to 19. So I just adding 19. Okay, and then we are going to check with the value. So when the value is greater than 1, we can glow on LED, and when the value is less than 1, we can glow on LED. So I'm just going to check that. So here I'm going to check if GPIO dot input. So we are going to check the input. No, we don't want to check the input because we have the values here, right? So we need to check the voltage. So we need to check the channel dot voltage is greater than 1. Okay, so if the channel dot voltage is greater than 1, we need to make the pin high. So I'm just GPIO dot output, which pin we have connected. We have connected pin number 26, comma, and it should be high. So GPIO dot high. Okay, and again GPIO dot output of 19 should be low. So we need to turn on one LED and also we need to turn off. We need to take care of another LED. So it should be low. Okay. So else in the reverse manner. So I'm just changing it low and high. Okay. So now we can check this. So as you can see now the red light is glowing, right? So right now the light is glowing the red in color. I'm just going to turn on the light intensity. I'm going to increase the light intensity here. So it is changing to the green color. Okay, I'm getting back. It is red. When the light comes here, it is green. Okay, so you can see here. Whenever I show the light, it's become green. When the light is not there, it's become red. So based on the value that we are receiving from the LDR, so based on the value that we are getting from the LDR, we are changing the GPIO output and changing the color of the LEDs. So like this, we can have some application to the sensors we are connecting to our board. Okay. So thanks for watching. So subscribe our channel and you can get a lot of interesting projects on Raspberry Pi. Thank you.